This is KGW News at 11.
And first tonight, caught on camera. Holiday decorations trashed in Salem. Thanks for staying up with us for KGW News at 11. I'm Brittany Falkers. Neighbors say what started as vandalism is evolving into a more serious problem involving kids. Galen Etlin goes through the footage and shares how this has had a bigger impact on other neighborhoods.
Problems started in South Salem about a week ago. 2 front lawn light displays toppled.
It was the first day we had Christmas decorations up.
Nathan Higginbotham lives at this home and didn't think much of this incident at first.
Group of kids just messing around.
But then, again this weekend, the vandals returned with a getaway car, this time breaking more in their path.
Pretty violating.
Crime in general has just gone up so much.
That's Cameron Maynor in Southeast Salem. Together, neighbors pieced together surveillance from Saturday night spanning the city, showing the group linked to a string of vandalism. Cameron says the group circled back to her house.
They really wanted the corgi.
Stealing this inflatable dog decoration.
My daughter literally just cried.
The group also hit another house and vehicles with dozens of eggs. And these were just the incidents caught on camera that night.
I know in the grand scheme of things, it's not like, say, a huge violent crime, but what would your message be to both the community and maybe the people who did this, why this is still an issue that's important to you?
They're just going to continue to keep doing this activity until they get caught.
It's just decorations. I can go buy more. But it means so much more to my kids. They're not going to understand the consequences until they're older, until they have their own families and what it means to their children.
These neighbors
Brings down definitely that holiday spirit.
Hope for a resolution.
But they're not going to get the best of my Christmas.
And a holiday lesson of compassion learned. Galen Etlin, KGW News.
There's a new financial incentive for pharmacies to give out the COVID vaccine, and it could help quell staffing shortages. The Statesman Journal reports that the Oregon Health Authority is offering to pay pharmacies $35 for each COVID vaccine administered. The program, which launched in November, is meant to boost vaccination rates. 80% of adults have gotten at least their first dose in the state, but the move could also help pharmacies hire employees to deal with the growing workload that's resulted in long lines across the state. Pharmacies must meet certain standards to qualify. The state's temporary staffing program will also pay temporary pharmacists to directly address staffing shortages. That's only available to independent pharmacies. However, corporate-owned stores can still get the payments from the state. We're coming off Thanksgiving weekend, which used to mean we'd see area resorts welcoming families for the start of ski and snowboarding season, but that is not the case this year. Oregon ski resorts are delaying their opening for the season once again. The warm temperatures and lack of snowfall have forced Mount Bachelor to push back its planned opening date of December 3rd. The resort says, like other years when it cannot set a date, it will be making an announcement soon. Any guests that pre-purchase lift tickets, rentals, or lessons for days the resort is not open will be refunded. We also checked in with Mount Hood Meadows to see if they have any plans to open soon. In a statement, officials say they don't have an opening date to announce at this time. They need to see what natural snow they get and harvest it from the lots. They say it's more likely Mount Hood Meadows will open after the next storm comes through. So let's bring in meteorologist Joe Ranieri here to talk to us about it. Now, Joe, we did check in with Timberline Lodge about their opening day plans. They haven't gotten back to us yet, but we can see just by the snow levels that there's not enough out there.
No, and you need at least a solid 2-foot base of snow before they can really open, and they want to open and stay open. They don't want to open and have to close because of lack of snow. And I was up at Timberline just a couple of weeks ago, and there's actually chains were required to go up to Timberline Lodge Road, or Timberline, the road up to Timberline.
Yeah.
And, since then, we haven't seen much in terms of snowfall. And here's a big reason why, if you're wondering, where is the snow? Well, November has been warmer than normal. I did a little checking, and we've seen just about 8 days so far this month with temperatures 60 degrees or above. The other thing, too, is that atmospheric rivers, we've seen a couple of them have kept the snow levels above passes. And basically with the atmospheric river, it's also kind of a pineapple express, too, that's bringing in warmer temperatures. The warmer temperatures mean the snow level is well above pass levels, anywhere from maybe 6 to about 9,000 feet. Any gains that we've gotten, though, from our snowpack gets washed away really quick because of the warmer temperatures and the atmospheric rivers. So here's a look at the snow levels over the next couple of days. Tomorrow will be down to 6,500 feet, maybe a little bit of a mix of rain and snow up top, not enough to see any accumulation. You notice by the middle part of the week, the snow level is going to be well above past levels at 13,000 feet. It starts to drop a little bit for the first part of next weekend, down about 4,500 feet. I'm forecasting maybe a couple of inches of new snow by the end of next weekend, but all the snow is going to be well north of us into the Washington Cascades. You'll notice Mount Baker and Mount Rainier. You might have a better shot of opening up here in the next week or so. But some long-range models, Brittany, are kind of showing a sign that we could be seeing some cold air by the middle part of next week. I'll talk more about that and what that could mean for folks at 1,000 feet and higher.
All right, thanks so much, Joe. Happy Hanukkah to those who celebrate. The Festival of Lights kicked off today, and Portland celebrated the lighting of the menorah in Pioneer Square. The story of Hanukkah is recorded in the post-biblical books. Now, it commemorates the victory of the Maccabees fighting against the army of the Assyrian king after a Greek emperor outlawed the practice of Judaism in 168 AD. After the Maccabees won the battle and regained their desecrated holy temple, they found one oil bottle that was supposed to illuminate the temple's menorah for one day. But the flame burned for 7 days and 8 nights, and it was seen as a miracle.
The message of hope over despair, of light over darkness really resonated. I was almost feeding off the audience because I felt that everybody was so encouraged by the light and the candle and the message of the menorah.
Now, each year, Jewish people commemorate the rededication of the temple by lighting one additional candle on the menorah over 8 nights. Great to see this celebration happening here in our community. Well, tomorrow is Cyber Monday, and you can shop online for great deals and support local businesses. Voodoo Donuts is offering 25% off its online store. The sale will only happen tomorrow and will not be valid for gift cards or stickers. Stumptown Coffee is also offering a free Stumptown beanie when you spend $100 or more in their online store tomorrow. There's no promo code needed there. And Powell's Books will offer 15% off everything on powells.com. You will need to use the code CYBER21 when you check out, and it will not be available at any of its brick and mortar locations. Speaking of supporting local, shoppers were out at the Oregon Historical Society today for Museum Store Sunday. It happens each year after Black Friday to highlight unique shopping experiences at one-of-a-kind stores. You may have missed the window to support the store on Museum Store Sunday, but you can still see a new exhibit and get a holiday gift as well.
We're about ready to open a brand new exhibit this coming week called Freeze the Day, the history of winter sports in Oregon. And so after such a tumultuous couple of years, being able to open a new fun exhibit and really welcome people back into our space, see people come back in for holiday shopping, it really is wonderful.
The Freeze the Day exhibit that you mentioned there opens on December 3rd. It runs through July 17th. A retired NFL quarterback from the Northwest has made a name for himself in the Washington state wine world. Now, he and his winemaking partner have brought their talents to the Willamette Valley. Tim Gordon has our story.
After a record-setting college career at Washington State University, Drew Bledsoe went on to be a successful NFL quarterback, primarily for the New England Patriots. But since his retirement 15 years ago, Bledsoe has been into wine, returning to his hometown of Walla Walla and getting in on the growth of that area as a premier wine region. Now, after purchasing 80 acres in the Willamette Valley, Bledsoe's sights are set on producing a state-grown Pinot Noir. Why?
I guess we'll start with the important part. We'll probably drink more Oregon Pinot Noir at my house than anything else.
Bledsoe is not in this alone. He's in with longtime partner, winemaker Josh McDaniels, who Bledsoe admits he couldn't do without.
We're sitting here sipping on Cabernet, which I'm really blessed to actually call my job. Josh has to do all the hard work. He and the team actually do. They make the wine, and then I get to help with the blending trials and do a lot of consumption.
The pair's venture into the Willamette Valley is in prime territory in the Eola Amity Hills designated area.
I think I'm just looking forward to having a home base. You know, we've been working down there for a few years now, And finally to go, back to Willamette and actually have a place we can call home, I think would be a pretty good feeling.
They are so open with sharing information with the new kids in town. And that was the way it was in Wawa, and it's the way it has been down there, for us. And we're just excited to be part of that community.
That community now includes Portland Trailblazers star C.J. McCollum, a wine lover who, with his wife, now owns a vineyard to produce his own Pinot Noir. The former quarterback's success is already established with his Doubleback Cabernet and Bledsoe family brands from Washington. Now, this joint venture in Oregon with winemaker McDaniels keeps Bledsoe going the direction he wants. Tim Gordon, KGW News.